So welcome everyone. I hope everybody is doing well and ready for a little bit of movement this Friday at 1 o'clock. So make sure you're sitting comfortably upright. Try to sit in a chair that you don't lean into the back of it, but you're sitting a little forward. Feet firmly planted on the floor. And notice how your breath is flowing. So we always start with connecting with our own breath. That breath, or in yoga we call it the prana, is the life force that kind of moves energy throughout your body. We want to be conscious of that as we practice yoga. If anything that I guide you in doesn't feel right, if you feel like you're holding your breath at any point, then back off a little bit. You can always rest at any point that you need to, and then return and join us. So as you sit, noticing your breath, you can begin to circle your shoulders. And then sit tall. Try to keep the back of your neck long so you're not jutting your chin up or forward. And then turn your head side to side. And as you come to center, let's lift and lower the head, chin to chest and chin up. And returning to center, tilt left ear towards left shoulder, and your right arm can stretch down by the side of the chair. Breathe. And then keeping your ear to the side, just feel how it changes the stretch if you turn your nose up a little bit towards the ceiling and then down a little bit towards the floor. And bring your head back to center. Let's go the other way, left ear to the side, right arm can stretch down alongside your chair. Breathe. So you're still trying to look forward, just at a slant. And then gently pivoting to look slightly up towards the ceiling, keeping your ear to the side. And nose looking, turning your face a little bit towards the floor on your right and breathing. And then return to center and circle the shoulders a few more times as I move to my other chair. You might want to be sure that you're not leaning back into the back of your chair, but sitting a little forward, ankles directly under your knees. So the knees, feet are a little apart, but also the knees are. So you don't want to have your knees closer or wider than your ankles. Noticing your breath here. And then feeling some more movement in the spine. Let's round the back as if you were tucking your tail under and drawing your belly button way back. Make it kind of a C curve. And then sit up tall and rock forward on your sit bones. And as you do that, try to draw your shoulder blades back even farther. So you broaden across the chest and arch the back. And then we'll repeat those two actions. So rounding into cat stretch and coming forward into the cow or flat back. And again, rounding back and arching forward. One more time. Let's round back and arch forward. And then return to center. From here, you can hold the left side of your chair with your left hand. Sweep that right arm up near your ear. And try not to let the arm get in front of your face. So bring it back in line with your ear. And then reach a little bit overhead. You're stretching on a diagonal Feel this all the way down the right side of your body. Try to keep that right sitting bone pressed into the chair seat. And breathe. And then come back to center. So did you notice your breath changing as you held in that pose? Let's see how the other side feels. Left arm sweeping up, palm is facing your head, shoulder back, and then reaching up and a little overhead. Breathe, feel this side of the body stretching. Left sit bone pressing down as you reach out through the left fingers, and breathe. And gently return to center and release. But let's turn our whole body for our twist today. So we're going to scoot your whole body and face towards the right side of your chair. Legs and feet close together. Right arm can rest on the chair back. You'll be turning away from the screen, so just listen to the directions, right? If you get confused, don't worry about it. It's no big deal, right? Do the best you can. That's all that we ever can do. So your right hand can slide back along the chair, left hand can come over, and you can use your hands to turn. Come on back to center. I'm going to let one more person into the class. Since, oops, hopefully they got it. And we'll do the other side. So pivoting over to the left, legs and feet close together, left arm resting on the chair back. Slide your hand across the chair, bring your right hand around, and then use your hands to help you turn your waist, your ribs, your chest, your head. Look back over the chair behind you. Breathe. And slowly unwind yourself. Come back to face forward. And you can walk your feet out a little bit wider. Make sure that you keep your ankles right under the knees and line up the middle of your knee with the middle toe on each foot. Hands can rest on your thighs. Feel this place where your thigh and your hip meet, that hip joint area. We're going to hinge from that hip joint. So when we bow forward, if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, and it's not a good idea to overly round your back, then stick to this flat back position. If you're comfortable with rounding the spine and relaxing and rounding the neck, you can come as far forward as you'd like, and then we'll meet back in the flat back during our sun salutation. But let's start with a tilt of that right shoulder in between the legs, and then come back up, and then we'll twist the left shoulder in, tilting forward and coming up. First side again, right shoulder in and come up, and then left shoulder. And come on up. Feel your breath. See if you feel a little more energy moving through your body, and let's bring the body's movement and the breath together in our seated sun salute. Palms coming together at your heart. Take a full breath in and let it out. Next, inhale, sweep your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, gently bow forward. So go as little or as far as you would like. As you inhale, let's all meet in that flat back. Exhale, just relax your head and neck. And next, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, bring the palms together in front of your heart. Take a breath, let it out, and repeating. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, relax head and neck. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out, adding another piece. We'll inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt the other way. Inhale up, twist. Inhale, center, and exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, center, exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Start at the beginning. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Full breath in and out. Once again, from the beginning, sweeping up as you inhale. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out. We're going to go ahead and add another piece. We'll inhale the right arm up, back of the left hand inside the left leg. Slide the left hand down along your leg towards the floor as you look up. Inhale, rising up, switch the arms. Other hand slides down as you look up. Inhale, both arms stretch up. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out. Let's put the whole thing together. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide down the leg as you look up. Inhale, rising up, switch the arms. Other side slides down. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Again, from the beginning, inhaling up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften head and neck. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide down the leg as you look up. Inhale, rising up, switch the arms. Other side slides. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out. Let's repeat the whole thing one more time. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, up and tilt. Inhale, up. Twist. Inhale, center. Twist. Inhale, center. Hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand, inside the leg. Slide down as you look up. Inhale, come up and switch the arms. Other side. Inhale, reaching both arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. One last big breath, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, open the arms, float them out to the sides, and gently bring them down to rest on your lap. Walk your feet in. And if you need a little break, you can wiggle yourself back so that you're sitting all the way against the chair back. And just let your legs relax for a moment as we get ready to start warm up on our lower body. So lifting the right foot, circle at the ankle, and reverse the circles. And then flex the foot, toes to the ceiling, and point. And continue alternating flexing and pointing. And just be aware of how your ankle feels, how your calf feels in each of those movements, how your shin feels. And then relax your right foot down. Left foot lifting and circling at the ankle. And reverse. And then flex that foot, toes up, and point. Flex, point, flex, and point, flex, and point, and release. And now notice what it feels like. It probably feels very comfortable to lean back in your chair, but we want to make sure that we're bringing our spine into good alignment as we continue to work with the legs. So you can take your hands to the side edges of the chair someplace and lightly press down with your hands. Wiggle yourself forward, bringing your feet again in line so ankles are under the knees. Your abdominal muscles engage slightly. So, but when you press your feet into the floor, you probably will feel a little more of that engagement through the middle. That helps you to stay sitting nice and tall. And notice if you have a lot of arch in your back or your back is still rounded. So we want to align the spine with its natural curves. If you tilt forward, you're going to get more forward. The pelvis, there's an anterior tilt. In other words, the top of it comes forward. And you get more arch in the low back. Now, keeping that length that you created in your spine, we want to lift the front, but not just pull, scrunch the back. So imagine your tailbones stretching down, and at the same time, your navel hugging back, and then lifting up through the back ribs, the side ribs, and finally lifting your chest. If you ever feel like you're collapsing, sometimes it helps to just lightly press the hands against the edges of the seat. Okay, let's flex that right foot now and slide the heel back. So deeper bend in that knee, and then extend the leg out in front of you. So alternate, keep the thigh on the chair, foot flexed. Keeping the foot flexed helps to protect the knee joint. It activates the muscles in the lower leg that helps stabilize the knee, which is not supposed to wiggle around too much. Front and back is good. Okay, bring that foot down. Let's do the other side. Flex the left foot, slide the heel back under the chair, and then extend out. The right foot can press into the floor to help with that lift up through your middle. And then release that leg. So at any point, if you need a break, that's fine. If you need to not hold any pose as long as I do, or do as many repetitions of some movement, also fine. Really try to listen to your body. See how your body feels with each movement, each stretch. We're going to keep the left foot on the floor. And as you lift your right foot, we're going to interlace the fingers of your hands and underneath that right thigh. And then try to let the leg be really heavy. So instead of pulling the leg up, try to let it drop into your hands, your arms straighten, and the leg feels pretty heavy. So use your hands to make this circling motion, as if you were drawing circles with your kneecap. And then reverse the direction of the circles. Good. Draw that knee now in as close as you can to your chest. You can switch the clasp of the hands to the front of the knee or shin, or keep it behind the thighs. Either way is fine. Let's flex both feet once again. Good. Tone your belly. So think of your navel hugging towards your spine, and stay in this posture as you continue to breathe in and out. If you want, you can add the lift of the left leg, foot flexed, leg straight out in front of you. And take a few breaths. Hold if you can for maybe 3 breaths, in and out. And then gently release. Shake out your hands, wiggle the fingers. Let's do the other side. So interlacing fingers under the left thigh, but instead of picking the leg up, let it drop down to your hands. Move the leg in little circles. This helps to lubricate the hip joint. And then change the direction of the circles. And bring that knee in towards you and up as high as you can. If you want, switch the clasp of your hands, flex both feet, and sit tall. So navel hugs in, chest lifting, shoulders hugging back. Feet are flexed. You're going to breathe here. Keep the belly engaged as you're breathing as deeply as you can. Add, if you want, the lift of the right leg. Full deep breath. Either position is okay, but make sure you keep breathing, not holding your breath. And then gently let it all go. Shake out your hands, wiggle your fingers. Let's circle the wrists. And then bring your fingertips to your shoulders and let's make circles with the whole elbow, right? The elbows reaching out and around. Try reversing the direction of the circles. Good, and then lifting just the right elbow, pointing it forward and lifting it as high as you can. You can use your left hand to help support that right arm to lift, maybe even reaching overhead to draw the elbow back farther. Breathe into the stretch in the upper arm. And release. Other side. Left elbow lifting up. Support it with your right hand, drawing the elbow back as far as you can. Sitting tall. Being aware of those deep belly muscles to support your upright posture. And then gently release. Good. Circle the shoulders a few times once again. And then pause. Sit towards the front of your chair. And if you feel at all unstable, you can always, again, hold the sides of the seat. We're going to open that right leg all the way out to the side and then return to center. We'll do that a few times. Just beginning to get a wider opening in that hip. And pause, do the other leg. Opening out and back to center. Good. We're going to open that right leg out again, but this time I'm going to slide my torso a little to the left so that my right thigh is right along the front edge of the chair. Adjusting my right foot so it's pointing to the side. The knee is in line with the ankle. Left foot can just stay pointing forward. Do you want to turn your torso to face forward? But this may feel like a a big stretch or an opening in your hips or a twist, another option is to add the lengthening of that left leg, kind of walking it out heel toe to the side with the toes turned in. So you end with the sole of the foot on the floor. Your torso is centered, and so you're not leaning over to the right. Lift up through the ribs, arms can extend out wide, and gently turn your head, gaze to the right, and open past your fingertips. Take a few breaths. And then bring your left hand to your thigh or your hip, turn your right palm up. We're going to arc up into this reverse warrior, little bit of a back bend. And then gently reach out to the right, bend the right elbow and rest your forearm on the thigh. Curl your shoulders back. So we want to keep that leg steady, keep the knee aligned, keep breathing deeply. Try to bring your head in line with the rest of your vertebrae. And then left arm can reach up towards the ceiling, palm facing your head. You can try bringing that arm closer to your ear. More of a stretch down that left side. Try not to let the arm get in front of your face again. Keep the shoulder back, even if it means backing off a little with the arm. Good, let's all come up and slowly walk the feet back in towards each other. Okay, let's do the other side. So we're at the front of the chair, opening the left leg to the side and sliding back a little bit so that your left thigh is at the front edge of the chair. Right foot is just planted facing forward. Open your chest. Breathe. So there is a bit of a twist because one leg is turned out. You'll feel this more in your waist area. You can stay with the legs in this position or walk the right foot out on a diagonal. So it's going to the side, but it's also going as far forward as you need to be able to straighten the leg and keep the sole of the foot on the floor. Foot kind of pigeon-toed. But let's inhale, opening the arms out wide. Exhale, turning to the left and breathing. But bringing your right hand to your thigh or your hip, turn your left palm up, reach that left arm to the sky, breathe. And gently extend to the side. Try not to turn your chest towards the floor. Keep it facing forward. Bend your left elbow, forearm resting on your thigh. Kind of hug the arm against your leg. That will help keep the knee in good alignment. Shoulders back, head lining up with the rest of your spine, and then right arm up to the sky. And breathe. Maybe bringing that right arm closer to your ear, as long as you don't bring it in front of your face. And then gently reaching up, release the arm, come back to center, walk the feet in, and take a moment, just pause, see how you feel. Let's make some easy circles around those hip joints now. So your whole upper body, a little circle. And then reversing. And returning to center. Sitting up really tall. Breath, imagine a little string on the crown of your head, lengthening that up towards the ceiling, keeping your chin relaxed. So we're going to turn our whole body again over towards the right. So once again, you can hold the back of the chair for support. I'm going to turn everything, but stay near the front of the edge of the seat so that your right thigh's on the edge and your left leg, the left hip is kind of hanging off. Your knee, left knee drops down towards the floor. And breathe here for a moment. See if you feel some stretch in the front of that left hip or thigh. Just sitting tall. We always want to make sure that we're not overarching the low back, right? We don't want to compress those vertebrae. So bow a little forward, let your back round slightly. From here, you may be able to walk your left foot farther back, tucking the toes under, pressing the heel back behind you. Take a moment there. And then without shortening that low back area, to come up, we want to lift from the bottom. So belly hugs in and back. Curl up one vertebra at a time to lift up through the chest and then the head. And then left arm can reach up alongside your ear. You can even look up a little bit if that feels okay for your neck and head. And breathe. And then gently bow forward once again. Keep reaching back through the back leg, especially if you have it extended. And then we're going to bring your left hand around to the edge of the chair and use our hands once again to do a twist here. So turning away from the screen, turning towards the back of your chair. Some of you may want to just enjoy playing here, trying to bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And that'll help you twist a little farther. And if that's too much, just back off to hold the chair. And let's release gently by relaxing the back leg, sliding the foot forward, and coming back to the front of your seat. Getting ready for that lunge series on the other side. So we're going to turn to the left at the front of the chair. Whole body turns to the side, but the right knee drops towards the floor. Your foot is behind you a little bit. Take a moment here, just sitting tall, breathing, observing whatever stretch you might feel. And then bowing forward slightly. Walk the right foot back, wiggling the toes back behind you, tucking them under, end with the heel straight up in the air, so you don't want to twist the ankle. Keep the heel in line with the ball of the foot that's on the floor, and then maybe pressing back through the heel to straighten the leg more. Notice if that causes any strain in your low back, and do another little bow forward first to create space. Then tailbone reaching down as your belly hugs in and back, curling up very slowly to your chest and then your head lift. And then right arm can stretch up by your ear, chest lifting, maybe looking up towards the sky. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Gently bow forward once again to relax. And then re-engage the back leg wherever it is. Just think of pressing it back or into something. And then we're going to twist. So right hand can come around to the chair back. Lengthen the spine forward or towards the side of your chair. And then use your hands to help you twist. If you want, you can try hooking that right elbow on the outside of your left knee for a deeper twist. If that's too much, just hold the chair. Breathe. And then gently release. Slide the foot forward and make your way back to the front of the chair. Notice how your breath may have changed as we get to this point in the class. So let's actually take a semi-break here and do a little practice of pranayama, breath control. So pranayama means we consciously choose to breathe in a certain way rather than just allowing the breath to naturally come in and out. So what we're going to do is called viloma. It's considered a three-part breath. Imagine your lungs were divided into a low part, a middle part, and an upper part. And we'll take in 3 sips of breath, starting at the bottom and pause, then into the middle section, pause, continue the same inhale up to the top of the lungs, pause, and then exhale all the breath slowly. And we'll do a few rounds of that. So just take an easy breath in and out. And next inhale, think of sipping just a third of the breath into the bottom of your lungs. Pause. Inhale another third. Pause. Inhale all the way up to the top of the lungs. Pause. And exhale, let all the breath out. And gently breathe normally for a moment. Let's do 2 more rounds of that. So after your next exhale, inhale just a sip of breath into the bottom of the lungs. Pause. Another sip into the middle. Pause. All the way to the top. Pause. And slowly exhale all the breath. Take a few natural breaths. And we'll do 1 more round. So after your next exhalation, inhale just to the bottom third of the lungs, pause. The middle third, pause. All the way up to the top, pause. And exhale all the breath. Good. And pause here. Just feeling your breath as it comes in and out naturally. All right. So coming to the front edge of our chair again, I'm going to extend the right leg, heel on the floor, and try to sit up really tall. So if it helps to have your hands on the edge of the seat, fine. Your right foot is flexed, right? The leg is straight, and you're sitting really tall. So no bowing heads or rounding backs. You want to keep your shoulders back, your head in line with your tailbone, and just hinge from here at the top of the thigh and at the hip joint. We're hinging a little bit, just till you start to feel some stretch in the back of that right thigh. Gently breathe into it. Good, and then release, coming all the way up. Bring that leg back in. Other side. Left leg extending out, heel on the floor, foot flexed, leg straight, sit tall, and gently hinge. Shoulders stay back, head doesn't drop, and breathe. But as you come up to sit now, leave that left leg out there. You can relax that foot. Flex it. We're going to open the right knee to the side and then lift the right foot and flex that right foot. And bring the heel, the outer ankle of that right foot along the front of the left shin. If you're able to slide the heel up above the knee, see how that feels. So that we want to keep the knee releasing out to the side, keep the foot flexed, and feel this in your hip. If you still don't feel much stretch, you can actually walk that left foot back in towards you and breathe. Again, if you go too far and it feels it's too much sensation, just back off a little bit. Try to stay sitting really tall. Right? As we get into this pose, the tendency is to kind of collapse our spine back. But the key is sitting up really tall, like we did in that last exercise, not letting the back round. Breathe. Good, and then gently release. extend the right leg out, open the left knee out to the side, lift the foot and flex it. Heel coming in front of the right shin, or possibly sliding up above the knee. And if it's above the knee and the knee, your left knee stays open, foot flexed, you may be able to bend the right knee and place the foot on the floor and still sit really tall. And breathe. Good. And then gently release. As you're sitting here, let's do a couple of arm things before we get up to stand. So we're going to lean forward, rest your left forearm across your thighs, and turn your right palm up. Make a soft fist and pull that elbow way back and up. You want to keep that right elbow way back there, and then extend the arm straight back. But keep, without dropping the elbow, we're going to bend and extend. Elbow bends and comes to your armpit, and then you straighten back behind you. You feel this in the shoulder, you might feel this in the upper arm. Make sure you're breathing as you're doing this. And then release. This is sitting up for a moment. And then we'll switch to the other side. So right forearm across, turn the left palm up, draw the elbow way back, and then stretch the arm straight back and bend. Extend and bend. One more. Good, and release. Okay, sitting tall, let's bring the arms into cactus. As you inhale, try and draw your elbows back as far as you can. Feel that opening across the front of your chest. And keeping as much space in the front body, as you exhale, bring your elbows and your forearms and your palms close together. So we'll inhale, open, exhale, elbows hug in. Inhale, open, exhale, hugging in. Couple more. Inhale, open, exhale in. Inhale, open, exhale, squeeze in. One last time. Inhale, open, exhale, hug in. Hold here for a minute. Try to fill up your chest, fill up your lungs, and then gently release. Good. Shake everything out, shake your arms, wiggle your shoulders. And we're going to make our way to stand and do a few standing poses and balance practice. So walking your feet back a little more under the chair. And if it's not right for you to come up to stand, that's okay. We will use the chair for balance. You don't have to be completely balanced on your own. This is called practice, right? Yoga is a practice, not a perfect. And try to keep your body engaged so that you're not just collapsing forward to get up. Your weight isn't dropping down, but rather you're pushing into the floor like you were launching a rocket, right? You push into the floor to rise up to stand. I'll adjust my monitor a little bit, get my head back in the picture. And I'll move my chair off to the side. So stand comfortably upright, feet slightly apart and parallel, and breathe. Your chair is right in front of you, so you can keep both hands on your chair at all times, or play around with lifting one or the other, okay? I'm going to turn to the side for a moment to demonstrate this. We're just going to practice rising up to the balls of our feet and then lowering back down. So rising up slowly to the toes. Try not to let the heels turn in. So you want to keep the legs and the feet parallel. Rising up and coming down. Again, up and down. Good. From there, bend your knees, reach your right foot back, tuck the toes under, and try to press your heel to the floor. So we're lifting and lowering that right heel, keeping the left knee bent. Maybe getting a stretch in the right calf. Just breathing into it. Good, and then stepping forward. Let's do the other side, reaching the left foot back. And on the ball of the foot, right knee is bent. You're trying to press the heel towards the floor. And gently release. So again, I'm demonstrating from the side so you can see what I'm doing, but you're facing forward, hands are on the chair. We're going to do a little round of our standing sun salute variation. Okay? So we're going to inhale, arms sweeping out and up. Exhale, hands can come back down to the chair. Fold forward with a flat back. As you inhale, bend your knees. And exhale, send your right foot back behind you. So you're coming into a lunge. The back heel is lifted, front knee is bent, chest is lifted. Big breath in. Good. Now challenging, make sure your hands are pressing down on the chair, not pushing it forward. We're going to shift our weight back into the back leg. So rock a little forward and back. And as you shift into the right leg, step the left foot back and reach your hips back. And you see I'm making a little bit of a box shape with my body, folding at the top of the thighs. I'm going to inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet, lift my chest, rock forward, little push-up position, and then rocking back, bending at the hip, downward facing dog. Bend both knees and look forward as you take a big step with the right foot and then the left. And inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, bring the arms down. Again, tilting forward. Inhale, bending the knees. Keep the right knee bent. You're going to reach the left foot back. Ball of the foot down. Lift the chest, finding your tall lunge. Good, and then shift, rock a little forward and back, shift your weight onto the back leg. As you step the right foot back, the hips reach back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up through the belly, lift onto the balls of the feet, little supported plank. Exhale, reaching the hips back to downward dog. And then bend the knees, look forward, big step with the left foot close to the chair, right foot joins, and inhale, arms sweep out and up. And exhale, open the arms out, float the hands down. Good. All right. Take a moment to breathe, just even yourself out, standing on two legs. And then we will come into our tree pose. So feel your weight on two legs. It's pretty solid. If you bend the right knee and come up to the ball of the foot, there may be a little bit more wobbling. So imagine hugging in towards the midline, keeping at least one hand on the chair as we get into the pose. You can open that right knee to the side and bring the sole of the foot alongside the left calf. And if that's too much, you just keep the toes on the floor, heel alongside your ankle. So either position's okay. Either way, you're strengthening by standing mostly on the left leg. Breathe. Navel hugs in, so you want to keep that midsection engaged, keep your chest open. You may want to focus your gaze on a spot out in front of you. And then you can play with lifting one hand. keeping the other on the chair, and maybe switching at some point. So it's always good not to have to worry about your balance, to keep at least one hand close to the chair, even if you lift it for a second. If you have really great balance, then it's fine to lift both arms, but don't feel you have to. Good, let's release arm and leg. And take a moment on 2 feet. And then second side. So bending the left knee, I'm standing now on the right leg, opening the left leg to the side, heel coming alongside the right ankle or sliding up to the calf. Breathe. Lift up through the middle, chest nice and wide, head aligned, gazing forward. And just notice this side may feel more stable or less stable. And so our 2 sides are always a little different. And today I'm feeling much more wobbly on this side. It really changes day to day. No judgment, breathe. See if you want to keep both hands on the chair or perhaps release one. Make sure you keep breathing. So we hold a pose, but we don't hold the breath. Good, and gently release down. Good, pause for a moment. Take the feet a little wider than hip width. Make some easy circles with your hips. And then reverse. As you center yourself now, bend your knees and start to walk your feet out away from each other. So sometimes it's nice to just kind of heel toe, heel toe. So get the feet, try to get them 3 feet distance apart. Right foot is going to stay facing forward. I'm going to turn the left leg out to the side for triangle pose. So even though that left leg is turned out, your upper body faces towards your chair back. Inhale, one or both arms out to the side. If you ever feel like you're tipping backwards, the trick is to press the tops of your thighs back, so which may feel like you're sticking your butt back a little bit. When we do that adjustment, we did sitting, lengthening the tail down, lifting up through the low ribs, and then the side, and then the front ribs. Keeping upper body nice and long. Let's tilt to the left, to the right. So your right hip lifts up, right? And you're stretching to the left and breathing. Reach way out to the side. See how far you can reach to the side, like you're sliding along the counter. And when you can't go any farther, left hand, if you want to release it, comes to your leg. Right hand can come to your hip or stay on the chair. The right arm can also reach high to the sky. Make sure you breathe. Try to keep your head in line with the rest of your spine. And really extend out through your arms, down through your legs. And as you inhale, come up to center. Turn the left foot so that it's facing forward. Turn the right foot out 90 degrees. Again, open the chest to face forward. Upper thighs press back a little if you get wobbly. Lift up through the ribs. Inhale, one or both arms can go out to the side. Exhale, left hip tips up and your torso lengthens way over towards the right. Try not to turn your chest towards the floor, so keep yourself on a plane with your legs. The left arm can reach for the sky if that's comfortable for you, or your hand can just stay on the chair or on your hip. And right arm can reach down the right leg. Again, optional. Breathe. Keeping the chest open is important. Breathing is important. Good, let's come all the way up. Align both feet so they're facing forward. And just gently bow forward. Keep your hands on the chair back. You want to bring them over to the seat of the chair. Right? Depends on what feels comfortable. If it's too much stretch on the backs of your legs, just bend your knees a little bit. And then gently walk the feet in as you rise up. And make your way back to sit in your chair. So sit comfortably. You can slide back in the seat. Take a moment to just try to let your body melt into the chair. Know that the floor and the chair are supporting you. You could just give your muscles a rest. They've done their work. Allow your breath to come and go however it needs to. Relax your mouth and jaw. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. Just turning your awareness inside again for a moment. And see if there are any little movements that your body would like to make. Moving your head or neck, your hands or your shoulders. Anything that feels good to you. You can gently stretch the arms. Bring your feet more firmly on the floor and try to come away from the chair back once again. Sitting up really tall. And bring your palms together in front of your heart. Let's join our energy together by chanting the sound of Om to finish our practice today. Take a nice deep breath in. Om. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. I'll come up to the screen. I'm going to turn off the recording and you're welcome to unmute yourself and